her all the way up and get, like, there's no alligators wanting revenge. And also what I love is he said, a lot of people told me less is more. And he said, I think that makes sense when you have an alien or a giant shark. He's like, but these are alligators and everyone is familiar with alligators. So I wanted more. Like, so he went into this knowing I don't want less. I want more because they're so familiar. This isn't, we talked about the movie Boar on the podcast, and due to limitations of the budget, they couldn't show much of it. But here was a film where he said, a giant boar, by the way. Everyone knows what alligators look, so I want more of them, which I thought was a really brilliant kind of idea. I'm using the word brilliant. I'm saying it. And then on set, they had one actual real gator. Then they had a ton of people in full green suits, like wrestling with BPEP or the cops. Or they had a gator head that Kaya had to react to. So their acting in this is stellar, just because they're in this set looking at green things. I mean, they're getting paid to act, of course, but I just kind of love how, I don't know, I thought they did a really solid job of using the gators in here, and not less is more. They're doing more is more. So I dug that. Are you ready for the draft?
I think I am. I have one that's specious.
I have one that's random. I have one that's random too, but I'll allow a couple weird things, and I'll give you first pick since I dropped this on you.
Okay, so this is a story behind this pick. I once got stuck in a hotel in Atlanta for like 8 hours after traveling for like 12, like a whole day basically, because I missed my flight. But this movie was on Sci-Fi. And I've never forgot the name. It's called Ragin' Cajun Redneck Alligators.
What?
Oh, excuse me. It's called Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never forgot that name. That's my first draft. I watched it. It's not good, but I love that name so much it's going on.
Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
All right, I like it. I'm going to go, you're going to think this is crazy, but I'm going to go Jumanji.
Jumanji. The first one.
The gigantic crocodile. And remember when David Allen Greer is floating on the door and he sees it floating past him and he goes, ah! He does the classic David Allen Greer laugh. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm adding Jumanji on here.
Okay.
All right, what's your second?
So I don't know if this counts, but this is so ridiculous. Gods of Egypt.
What? There's alligators in that?
Isn't there an alligator person?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm a little bit like, I don't remember it fully. I thought there might be an alligator person in that movie.
Well, let's do it. Gods of Egypt.
I bet it's wrong. I bet that one's wrong.
Does that mean I can add Will Ferrell's gator character from the other guys?
Will Ferrell's gator character. So does he dress up like a gator?
No, but he calls himself Gator and he's a pimp.
I guess so. Like, surprise draft, yes.
I like it. All right, so I'm doing the other guys. All right.
So we all know this was going to be on there. I think Lake Placid, it has to be on this list.
Oh yeah, and we covered that on the podcast actually. That was one of our Soggy saga with Jay Cluett and I. So I mean that's a big gator. No, it's a crocodile in that one.
They're close enough. Close enough.
Let's see. I'm gonna say Rogue. It's the most underappreciated giant crocodile films ever made. 100% Rotten Tomatoes. It features Michael Vartan, Raja Mitchell. It features Sam Worthington, Maya Wasikowska, John Jarrett from the other one, Wolf Creek, and it also features Brockmire. Is the guy's Brockmire?
Oh, Brockmire, yeah,
the cowboy guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, great. It's worth a watch. I love Rogue. It's one of my favorite underappreciated films. All right, what's your fourth?
Yeah, I'm getting into the land of work. I'm easily don't know what's going on. What I wanted to do was pick The Waterboy, but you know what? I bet he was at Miami. He was in Miami, not FSU or FUF.
No, he's at Louisiana.
Louisiana. Were they the Gators?
Yeah, they ate him. So, yeah, Waterboy. No, like, he was a made-up school. But
they would be the water boy because he's technically a gator.
Yeah, and they ate gators in that movie.
They did. You're right. But that gives us a really good one related to for another pick.
Well, I'm gonna do Live and Let Die. The James Bond film where he runs across gators. Watch, they really did it. A stuntman really did it.
That is crazy. That's so scary.
Type in Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Live. All right, we're going to do
Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Live and Let Run.
Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Stunt. I'm going to do run. All right, we're going to watch this.
Yeah, he runs across gators. So right now on my list, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 movies left. There's so many great gator films and crocodile films.
Well, I guess I'm struggling. The next one for me would be Billy Madison, because there's the croc that eats his friend's hand.
Oh no, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah, Happy Gilmore. Okay. I'm now watching the Gator Run. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
There's a lot of gators in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so I get the last one, huh?
You do. Yeah.
Adam Sandler does beat the crap out of a gator in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. I mean, I think should pick that one up.
Oh man. So I just did a bunch of notes. Oh wow. They both fought alligators. I gotta add that clip in there. I do research for a video called Verse for Rotten Tomatoes, and there's an upcoming episode that I gotta include. All right, so my last one is, oh gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna pick Crocodile Dundee. It's too easy. I'm not gonna do Princess and the Frog, but I love that gator. I'm not gonna do Eraser where he murders a gator that says your luggage. There's Crocodile in Temple of Doom that killed that murdered the guy. There's and Wild Things. That movie with Matt Dillon and Neve Campbell, there's gators. There's the classic alligator. And Rampage, there's that gigantic crocodile. And Blackwater, it's the most realistic. You got to watch Blackwater. It's about these people stuck in a tree with a crocodile circling them. Really realistic, really fun. It's like the open water of croc films. But I'm going to say Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, because he beats up a gator too.
Oh, wow. Wow. Do we count the animated version of Peter Pan?
No, we didn't even add Peter Pan.
We did it. We didn't even think about it.
So you have Raging Cajun Redneck Gators, Gods of Egypt. Do you want to call a mulligan on any of these? Do you want to replace it with anything, or are you happy?
I want to replace Gods of Egypt with Peter Pan, because I don't think there's actually crocodiles in Gods of Egypt. But I will stand...
There's Nile crocodiles.
There are? I just couldn't... I was like searching as we were talking, like I can't find any.
Yeah, there's the Nile crocodiles.
But, okay, let's keep it. Let's keep that then.
No, okay, but I don't think there's a crocodile. Is there an alligator guy? Gods of Egypt. Gods of Egypt. Crocodile. I mean, there are. There's a Sobek, Egyptian god of the Nile, has a gator head.
Was he in that movie?
Oh.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. That movie's really weird, by the way. I love it.
Oh, dude, I would love to cover that on the pod, actually, because it blows my mind.
We'll not count that one. I think I made that up in my head because I like Egyptian mythology and just assumed there would be a crocodile in it.
All right, so you're doing Peter Pan?
Yeah, let's do Peter Pan.
Man, I'm pretty happy. So I got Jumanji, Other Guys, Rogue, Live and Let Die, Ace. I'm happy. I'm very happy with mine. This is a weird list that we came up with, and I think it's beautiful.
It is. It's amazing. I'm very happy that I learned about the Gator Run.
Oh, man. I'm very happy about this.
I'm very surprised. I started to look up gator movies, and I was like, "We're not going to talk about gator movies. I'm good. I don't need to finish this."
So
I was wrong.
This will probably go up before our podcast goes because I have no patience. But if you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook and you follow us, we put up a lot of fun polls. So we just had a huge one about the best movies of the 2010s. We have a really big one coming up about the best rotten movies of the 1990s. I still need your list if you want to do it. No, I think this is going to be a fun one. People are going to be confused by this, and I think that's good.
So before the break, you said we wanted to get into the plot of this film.
Yes. Because we haven't talked about this actual plot.
No, we haven't, because it's very simple. It's one line.
Yep. Daughter goes home to check on her dad.
And there's gators.
But I love she goes to his initial condo. She doesn't like it, but he didn't want to sell the house. So they go back. She goes there. He's under the crawl space because to board up the house because he wanted to protect it because that's where everyone grew up and they have the neat little height things. But 2 gators are down there. And then they kind of reconcile their relationship because they're the same person, basically. I like the scene where she's like, I'm going to go check it out. You stay here. And he's like, I'm going to go run a marathon. And then she does a sassy look. She's like, oh, he always says that. Like, it's a very lived-in relationship between them. But yeah, and then she's the apex predator because she's a competitive swimmer who's very good, by the way. I mean, UF isn't a bad squad. You know what's crazy? The podcast before this was Swim Fan. So I did Swim Fan and then Crawl.
Well, that means you got to do another swim movie to round it out. It has to be in 3s.
Back to School.
Back to School. Well, that's on my list for our next draft.
The triple Lindy. Yeah, no, but I think it's such a simple premise, but it's how often in creature features do you have father-daughter, right? You don't have a lot of time. It's dad and son, if you think about it, right? Like it's dad, like, and she doesn't really have dad issues either. They just don't. They're both stubborn, which is another thing. They don't hate each other. There's no big problems between them. There's no dislike. They're just both stubborn, which I like. So that you don't have a massive, I need. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
I think in another movie you would have a father trying to get to his daughter.
Yeah. Like Interstellar.
Yeah. And this is swapped and it works.
Commando.
Better. Yeah. And like, honestly, I wish there was more to talk about the plot, but that's just the plot because once they get into the crawl space, it's just ratcheted up ways of them trying to get out of the situation. Like, can they get to another escape hatch? Can they distract the alligator? Can they kill an alligator? Can they get out of the house? Like, it's very simple. Just a very, very simple plot.
But I love how, okay, there are stairs that you go into to get into the crawl space, right? But they're knocked out by the gator and they get trapped. But then there's pipes down there that they can't get past. And I don't think the movie ever sets up a really great geography of the crawl space.
No, not at all.
But I don't think that's necessary in this movie because there should be suspense. So if you're going, well, there's nothing to the right, so a gator wouldn't be there. I think it's good that they kept the house vague in that regards.
Yeah. And even with them not being able to get through the pipes to get to their little safety area, I was a little confused because I was like, it looks like they could fit through there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that one part. But you know what? The thing is, in a lot of movies, all you need to do is just say they can't get past it. So there's so many times in movies where they just don't take the time to say one line or show, like, so the radio dies because they can't get to it and water hits it, right? Mm-hmm. The cell phone. So that gator's paw smushes a cell phone. That's a very strong gator foot because when it steps on the cell phone, it goes crunches that. But you know, his phone is dead, right? And then, so okay, well that's right off the bat. And even if they did call, many people can't really get to them because they're stuck in a hurricane. I do love when the tree goes through the wall too. The thing, the jump gag with the tree when it goes through the window. That made me happy. But yeah, it was just. I don't know. You know what? Can I tell you something weird?
What?
So they were together and not together, but they acted together in the Maze Runner trilogy. Kaya and BPEP. They were in that trilogy together. So I kind of like how they went from Maze Runner to Crawl.
And now they're going to do Army Crawl next?
Yeah, exactly. Lay. Sleep.
Lay.
Sleep. Oh, that's bad.
That is bad.
Or Walk.
Run, crawl. Would you watch a movie called Walk? I don't know. A horror movie called Walk.
Well, no, how about this? They're both in a car accident, right? And they both hurt their legs. So it's impossible for them to run, but they can walk gingerly.
What if they hurt opposite legs and they have to hold each other up?
Yes, exactly. It's like a 3-legged race.
We've made $1 million. Someone give us $10 million. We'll shoot this.
Yeah, and so they just have to keep walking from a very slow-moving monster.
Very slow. I'm trying to think of what's like a really slow, like another injured monster.
Yeah.
Like